brought to you by McDonald's, proudly serving communities since 1965. Remember, no one feels more like a hero than mom or dad coming home with Happy Meals. As a kid growing up in Washington Heights, every Saturday, my mother would take me to our local McDonald's on 181st Street, and she would purchase me my favorite meal, the Big Mac meal. It was some of my fondest memories of my neighborhood and my family. McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Yeah, I like that. Huh?
What about now? Does that work or no?
That works.
That works perfectly.
That was fire.
Do you guys have a mic? No, you're using the thing of the computer.
PC mic.
Okay, so let me adjust the level a little bit, and I think we're ready to start the show. Here's the 10-minute intro. I see you guys drinking coffee. I know you guys, so I know that that's not coffee.
Rick.
You feel that now? I feel like Rocky in this one, baby. Let's go. Alright, check it. Blast from the past, back from the future. So if I pull the trigger in the past, know you and your future. I'm still hustling, still hugging the block. The referee to the shit, I'm still calling them shots. I can't be stopped. That's what I told you. I'm living my life like a box of Crayolas. I'm cutting up white, smoking that green. Purple color pens, I'm still making this cream. I'm so sick, check my throat quick. My wrist light up a room like a handful of glow stick. I'm like spoiled milk, the kids gone bad. Then it's the minutes my pen touches the pad. Niggas is mad, but the ladies is glad. Yo, they rubbing up against me like this nigga is rad. Fucking two divas, drinking on sangria. I got the beam of the color diarrhea. Tire strings in my feet cause I'm so fly. Hopped out the DeLorean, it's Artie McFly.
Welcome to the TheRickHShow. I hear somebody's AC.
I hear a buzz.
Somebody's AC or something. What is that? Is that me?
That was you?
Oh, that's
it was
them.
done. It stopped.
It's them. They muted the mic. Uh-oh. You guys gonna have to melt in there. My co-host Jasmine Ruiz is here.
What's up, y'all? We out here.
Welcome.
And coming to you guys in the Bronx, right?
Yeah.
Live from the Bronx.
I know
Stephany.
you didn't put the laugh on. That's disrespectful.
Stephany and Natasha from Talk Your Shit podcast.
Yay. Thank you for inviting us. We love coming on the show. We always have fun.
I think this is like the third or fourth time you guys are on, or second.
And we'd love to come back second, so we always behave. So.
Second as guest.
Third time. This is our third time.
Yeah, because you guys also did one where you popped in and you were like co-host. Yeah. So how you guys been doing, by the way?
We've been good. Life is great.
What is that?
Lucky to be alive, especially in this era. So
I want
to. Still trying, you know. What about you? How are the kids?
I want to first toast you guys because 100 episodes.
108. Oh, okay.
Hey.
No, but you guys.
Thank you.
100 episodes. It's a fun time. Your podcast. If you haven't checked it out, go to the YouTube, go to Spotify, iTunes, all the good shenanigans, and follow my girls
in the description.
Yeah, I'll leave the link somewhere if I could drop it. Pretty funny. They have a podcast. What is your podcast centered around?
Yeah, let us know.
It's not about anything like specific, just because which we wanted it like that. We wanted to be very broad so we can talk about every topic. That's why it's called Talk Your Shit, because literally it could be about anything. It could be about relationship, mental health, sports.
Topics that we're qualified for, topics that we're not qualified
You
for.
said sports. You guys did a
we're talking
sports
about
episode?
Yeah, I give you the deep dive on the sports. Depends what type of sport, because my, it's limited. My
Okay,
knowledge,
so hockey.
that's where it dwindles. That's where.
That's actually the cliff.
Yeah.
That's over
That's
it.
that
Okay.
Yankees.
Yankees.
Right.
You guys
Well, we
know
got
the
you basketball,
Yankees?
We got you with
I mean, they're from the
baseball.
Bronx. You guys know the Yankees?
Of course.
Yeah, we
Right,
don't
and so
talk
she-
Yankees on this
she got-
show, though.
She got the
Oh,
rundown of the
hot.
Yankees.
You see this hat?
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's what I
She's
said.
really hot.
That's what I said.
I think Jasmine's a Yankee fan, so you know.
Yes, of course.
Maybe when
we killing it this
She's
season.
coming. She's coming on the pod.
maybe when we the Yankees play the Mets, we'll do something fun. So welcome to the show. I brought you guys on because I wanted to talk shit with you guys. Also, I wanted you guys to meet Jasmine. And last Friday, the Supreme Court lied to us. They lied to us because a lot of the nominees, once you get nominated to be on the Supreme Court, you go through those interrogating, like I think it's like 3 or 4 days where they ask you a bunch of questions. And I think you are under oath. And most of them all said, no, I would never turn Roe v. Wade. Never. And I guess it happened. So church and state is no longer separated. The super right, mega ultra, conservatives. Because I don't want to put all Republicans in that same box.
No, we can't put all Republicans in there.
Nah.
I think it's a religious thing.
Anna Navarro's a Republican and she don't rock with none of them. So okay. It's crazy to me. How'd you guys feel? I want to get your reaction, Jasmine's reaction, and then we're gonna get into Roe versus Wade. And I mean, you guys are young ladies, right? But now you got a major right taken away from you guys. So, in your mind, what's your reaction to it?
You want to go first, Natasha?
I'll go first.
Because you do want kids.
I do want kids, yes, and I want a lot of them. I want like 4 to 10. So I want a lot of kids. So I was like, for other people that don't want kids, or like just
my time is coming.
I'm being serious right now.
Me too.
No, but for those that don't want kids, it's like it's sad to see like that they don't have an option now. Like what is like it's like throwing us back like a lot of posts that I saw, a lot of people were saying like it's throwing us back 50 years. Like shit is insane. Like for me, for you, I feel bad for you too, Steph, because it's like she's never wanted kids. And I was like, even if I don't want them, I gotta do something with them. Like that's not even an option to not even want them at this point. Yeah.
Damn.
Well, you could. I mean, there are some options for people who don't want to have children, but I don't think it's fair to that a woman has to go through a procedure just because she doesn't want to have children. And you, Steph, you're pretty young, right? You're still in your 20s.
Yeah, I try.
So I feel like people change their minds. Maybe at some point you meet someone and you decide you want to have children. So I think it's your God-given right to want to have that.
It's like some people some people want kids, just not right now, and all of a sudden they find themselves in this situation like no, you're gonna have them now, and they're like, yo, I'm not ready financially, emotionally, like physically, I'm just not there.
So let's talk about
now it's like you still have to be
teen pregnancy, teen pregnancy, rape. Women do become pregnant through rape, believe it or not, because
also just failed contraception. Also, like I'm tired of seeing the narrative of like women using abortion as birth control. Like nobody's doing that. Like maybe that happens sometimes, but that's probably the lowest amount, because I don't know any woman that would take lightly having an abortion. It's definitely a last scenario.
And there's so many steps before that. Like the more
there's so many steps.
Exactly.
Like contraception.
Exactly. But even the more you mentioned Plan B, even Plan B, they already CVS and Rite Aid here in New York State has
No, but
already
they didn't.
stopped the limited purchase of it.
Yeah, but
So
they didn't do it like on some, don't cop. They did it because it's like, they don't just want one person to rack up on like 10 morning after pills, and then the person that needs it goes and they're like, oh, we're out. So that's why they did it. They didn't do it because it's like,
but a big
don't.
business already got into mode where people are gonna panic and things are
Yeah,
gonna,
it's kind of
and
like
that's the scary
for the
part.
pandemic with the toilet paper. They're like,
Yeah.
one per family. So
So
now that's what's happening with the pill.
Right.
But
so let me get Jasmine, my co-host, reaction. I mean, you did some really. I love the fact that you were able to make fun of some stuff. Some asshole wrote a comment, which you also responded to, which was pretty cool. I
Yeah.
wish I could pull it up. But go to Slay with Jazz. She
Stay with
last
Jazz. Go check
yeah,
my reels.
yeah, she did like 4 or 5 reels on it. What's your reaction?
I just think it does a gross injustice to our society when
Mm-hmm.
you remove people's options to do what they want with their life. I don't even want to say body because it's with their life.
Mm-hmm.
And no one's saying that like everyone should go out and abort all their babies. We're
Mm-hmm.
just saying that people should have the option to do what is right for them and their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And I think to take that away and I just find it to be a gross overreach of government power.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been like a my body, my choice in like every scenario. And I just think it's so wrong. And I think it's gonna hurt our society long term. Abortion allows women who may have had failed contraception or may have had some terrible circumstances happen to them, such
Mm-hmm.
as rape or incest. It allows them to opt out of that so that they can get an education, so that
Mm-hmm.
they could change their socioeconomic class, which is the hardest thing to do in this country. Everyone thinks,
Yeah.
Especially for a
capitalism,
woman.
especially for a woman. People think
Mm-hmm.
capitalism, you work your way up. Yes, absolutely, you can work your way up, but it is very hard, which is why so many people are in the 99%. It's why the 99% is the 99%. And
Mm-hmm.
which is why people who are class migrants are always the first to break a cycle. So it is increasingly difficult to do that if you don't have the option to abortion, if your contraceptive might fail you. So I think it's a whole I think it's going to really hurt our society. We're going to have less women, I think, going into college. I think it will make a lot of women stay poor. Um, it'll keep the
But I
working
don't think
class
it's gonna
working.
stop. Like I think it's
I
gonna
don't think I
it's
feel like
gonna
there are
continue.
so
It's
many
gonna be worse.
abortion. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of abortion organizations out there that I think will really help the women get the treatment that they do need. It's just crazy to me,
How do you
and
do that when
especially
it's now illegal
I
federally?
think people just need to be willing to take the risk. I mean, all
But the thing,
throughout society, people have been willing to risk things in
Mm-hmm.
order to do what is right. So I think that's what we're gonna have to just come together and unite.
Okay.
I mean, they
Is,
used to do it before, but it was just very dangerous the way that it was
Yeah.
being done. Like now they had that help to like do it, the right way.
mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's
Mhm.
still gonna be
Mhm.
done. It's just gonna be done incorrectly, and it's gonna be a lot of deaths.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
feel
you
like
could
it's gonna
call
affect.
people, be like, send me a pill, or find a way, put it in a
Mm-hmm.
shoe, things like that. I feel like that's how women are gonna have to come together and help each other
Or
But
maybe
to
even
like
fly to a
that is
end
different
it.
dangerous.
country or go to Canada or something
That takes
of
money.
this. I know it does. And unfortunately, the people that we're talking about, they're in the situations where they can't afford things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So let me give you a man's perspective, right? We have zero to do with a woman's body. A man should never in his life tell a woman what she needs to do. Even if you have conceived the child with the woman, right? When a woman tells you I'm pregnant, your only response as a man is, what would you like to do? That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Realistically, you could always state, well, I feel you could give your opinion on how you think. Let's say if it's someone on a one night stand. Unfortunately, you guys had a one night stand and you ended up pregnant. And the woman, 2 months later calls you and she says, I think I'm late. I'm pregnant, right? As a man, the only question you can have is, okay, what would you like to do?
Mm-hmm.
You can say your opinion. At the end of the day, as a man, you need to step up and be there. But not all men, as we spoke about in
But I
talking
feel like
shit, do that.
I feel like too, because like the men should vocalize like how he feels. Like, is he nervous about having kids? Is he ready? If not,
that's
like
what
that's
That's why
something
I
that
said
like
you could
they
give
both
your
should just
no, at the end of the day,
in
I
my
honestly
opinion.
believe it's like a 70-30 thing where because it's first of all, I have 2 children, right? Uh I've seen childbirth. Childbirth does a lot to a woman physically, mentally, psychologically, everything
Mm-hmm.
in every
Mm-hmm.
aspect. All right. I've seen it personally with my wife or, friends or aunts. And that's why the woman has, plus, it's their body. They're the ones that have to do the
They
carrying
gotta
and all
make
the,
the baby.
yeah, they do all the hard work. Uh,
Yeah.
a man's job is to be supportive, be there, try to make her as comfortable as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that's the only thing that, like, as a man you kind of feel helpless because there's not much more you can do except for just be there,
Oh, I didn't know
which
that. I didn't
you
know
feel
men
a little
felt
helpless.
helpless.
And during childbirth you feel like super helpless. You're not a doctor, you can't do anything, you can't take the pain away. So uh if you're a real man, these things go through your mind. But at the end of the day, just my point to everything is a man's automatically reaction is it's the woman's. At the end of the day, you could say whatever the hell you want. Oh no, she's not gonna have my baby. Blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, it really is the woman's decision.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that to take that away from women as a government, because government has nothing to do with, they're supposed to have church and state separate first.
It
Second of
never
all,
is.
they shouldn't tell anybody what they can or can't do. And
Yeah.
I don't think it stops with Roe versus Wade. I think same sex marriage is the next thing on their docket.
Yeah. And that's really scary to even think about. Like, I mean, it's all scary to think about.
So I just feel like I've seen a lot of videos online. Saw the lady at the MAGA thing saying she was toasting Trump for the victory for white lives in the
Yep.
Supreme Court. Um, I really don't. I understand what she was trying to pretend to say, but I understand the real message behind that.
Yep. White
Um,
supremacy.
yeah, they are scared because they are now the minority.
They will be the minority.
hundred
I
percent.
don't know if they are right now, but they will be the
Yeah,
minority.
they're definitely aware that there's not gonna be a lot of them left in the near future.
Yeah.
So some of the things we could do is vote and pay attention to what our government is doing.
But now they have that thing now about like non-citizens being able to vote, and like
Yeah, it got blocked in
others
New
are
York
like, no,
State.
it's not allowed. So
Yes.
that's another way of like minimizing our voices.
Like today, we had to vote for the primary of the New York State governors, right?
Mm-hmm.
I literally showed up to the show late because that's what I was doing. I was voting.
Nice.
Oh,
Um,
that's
we
good.
can't afford to lose some level-headed people that we have
Right.
in government. Although you might hate them. Look, Eric Adams, I don't agree with anything the man ever
I
says.
cannot stand him.
And when it happened, he came out and he spoke about an experience with abortion that he had. And I commend him for that, for
I
speaking
will
up.
say that when the cops were out, like the cops were in the
Mhm.
train stations, like policing.
Mhm.
They were mostly like on their phones when people told them like, "Yo, they're not doing nothing. They're always on their phones." He's like, "Yo, take a picture of them with their phones and send that to us." And I never, after he said that, never saw a cop on their phone.
He's still a terrible mayor. I'm sorry.
That's
He's
what it takes.
terrible.
I
So
just
I
There's
will
like
say he
he's
did
killing
that.
the culture of this city and like
yes,
arresting street performers, like you're killing
yeah,
the culture and arresting people selling fruits. My
yeah.
man, like you're killing
They
the
just
culture of this
arrested the
city.
man that
The Dance for
played,
Happiness guy.
or the saxophone player at 42nd Street.
Him too?
Yeah.
Damn.
So
He literally is killing the culture.
he
Like
is
He's
we all
killing
know
the
who he
culture
is.
of this city. For what? For who? For the
That's
transplants?
crazy.
for himself.
My man, that's what they coming here for.
So let's talk about the next thing that's on the docket for the Supreme Court justice, and then we'll lighten this up because I feel like it's super serious right now, and it should be, as this moment requires it.
Hmm.
We're a vibe.
S-
If you need us serious, we got you.
No, it is a serious topic. So
It is.
Same-sex marriage is the next thing on the docket. Clarence Thomas already that's his the Supreme Court justice. Yes, Clarence Thomas already mentioned that's the next thing they should look at. What are you guys' thoughts?
What do you mean? Like that's the next thing they should look at, like whether people that are
They
in
do
same-sex
not
marriage can
want
adopt, or
men marrying men. They do not want women marrying women.
oh, just the marriage itself, not marriage
Mhm.
based with kids.
Marriage.
Oh damn. So we're really going back, like not just 50 years, like we're going way back. If that's
I remember when I was a
what they're
kid, some
thinking
of this
about now.
stuff didn't exist, and then I thought like we were progressing as a country.
Progress.
And in the last 7-8 years, just things have been going backwards for some particular reason.
I think it's going backwards because we have old people in government that are clinging on to their last hope of seeing this white ass country be what they wanted it to be in 1776, whatever the year was. Um, and they're really trying to conserve that and not let it die. But they're all going to die. And I think we just need to wait out all the this gentocracy that we're in,
Wow.
and younger people need to get in because they're making life decisions for people who are young when they're going to die in what, 20 years.
The future generation, yeah.
They're harming future generations to conserve
true.
ideologies that existed hundreds of years before them. That's insane to me.
Mm-hmm. So let me go over
Yeah,
the
I feel like
list.
that's
Go ahead. Go ahead, Stephany.
I was gonna say I feel like that's right on the nail. Like mostly the people that are in power and stuff and are, over 65 and stuff, they have this like set mindset that doesn't like change with the times.
Right.
And you're supposed to be able to like fluctuate, change with the
Progress.
times, like be open-minded and stuff. But because they're like just stuck in a time in their era, they don't want to learn, they don't want to adapt. They're like, this
And
is
that is
life
the
back
definition
then,
of a
and this is still gonna be
conservative.
life. I don't care what the young generation say. Yeah, and
They want to
that's not,
conserve.
yeah. Because
Very
the
frustrating.
rules back then don't apply in the rules now. It's definitely a different time, generation,
Right.
like different problems we're facing. So for you to have the same concept with everything else that's different, it's like it doesn't make any sense. So how do you want solutions when your solutions don't even apply to these problems we're facing now?
So it
Right.
was Amy Coney Barrett, Samuel
Oh,
Alito
hate her.
Jr., Brett Kavanaugh, the
The
serial
rapist.
rapist, uh, Neil Gersach, and Clarence Thomas, who eventually, after same-sex marriage, the next thing they're gonna go for is blended families. So he should
Yeah, did you see
seriously
that? I
watch
was
out.
like,
He's married to a white woman.
What do you mean blended families? Like you guys marry into the family and you have separate
A
kids?
blended family, by definition, is two. Like, let's say I married an Asian woman or a black woman. That's a blended family. It's two cultures that are coming together.
Interracial.
That's interracial. So,
Oh, but that would be
um,
like interracial. I thought a blended family was like, we
oh, I'm
marry and
sorry. Yes,
we have kids
interracial.
from someone
Blended
else
is
with someone
yeah.
else.
There's that. Blended families when you have kids and you bring them together. So interracial
Okay.
is next on the docket because they got to keep the race
Okay.
clean and superior and dominant. A lot of these
Damn, they're coming for
ideologies
everything.
remind me of World War II and the Nazis and Hitler.
Oh my God.
I get uncomfortable when people always equate things to the Holocaust and Hitler because I feel like there's nothing that can actually compare to that.
No, it doesn't. But the thought, his idea was to purify the race. And mind you, this was a short man, but to him, a supreme being was a blonde hair, blue eyed white man, tall white man. So,
I mean, I agree that the abortion, I feel like this whole, overturning Roe v. Wade, there's, I think, 100% a racial aspect to it.
mhm.
And I think it's racial and I think it's financial. think it's about race, and I think it's about money.
And
I do think it's about preserving white supremacy, knowing that most of the babies that get aborted are white. So yeah, I definitely think that's a huge part of it.
Okay. So let's play a scenario game.
They just trying to like bring it all back, like.
Let's play a scenario game, right? Natasha and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna use you two. Natasha and Stephany, they like to travel, right? So they go to Europe for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, right? They're in Europe. And unfortunately, Natasha meets a young man. He captivates her, some young Spanish guy. And she comes back to the States and she figures that she's pregnant. Now you're pregnant, Natasha.
But she takes the pill every day, or her IUD failed her.
Yes.
Let's throw that in there.
Let's go that. Okay.
It's just people being promiscuous.
Thank you for bringing that up. You know, she does take care of herself. She's just enjoying herself.
She did everything she could.
You know, condoms break, pills don't work sometimes. So,
exactly.
She comes back to the States. What are you doing?
I'm not ready for a baby. I'm not ready for a baby.
And how old are you, Natasha? 25.
What am I doing?
I'm gonna support as the friend that went with you to Europe and came back.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing at this point in time in your life as a young lady who's pregnant? This guy's abroad. You know, it was 2 weeks of fun that you guys were having, and it turns really serious because this situation happens. I'm gonna give you a scenario that's on TV right now, 90 Day Fiance. How would you handle that? You say you're not ready for the baby.
I think I would have the baby.
You would have it.
You would have the baby.
Yeah, you're never ready for a baby.
Just because she's not ready doesn't mean she's gonna have it. It's her choice, Rick.
Her choice.
That's why I'm asking her. I'm putting her in that situation. You know.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Calm down, girl.
Oh, no, because you know I'm not trying to support. You know I'm a support.
No, you're right. I was a little bit like, you gonna have it? Like in my head, I'm like.
Now let's say.
I would definitely keep the baby. Yes, I would have the baby.
Pop that baby out.
Yeah, I would keep it. I would definitely keep it. Try to stay
keep
contact
it, and then you know what? Go get married over there. Use it as a way to escape America.
Now let's say because before you make all that decision, obviously you're gonna call Jorge, right? And you're gonna be like, Jorge, it was a beautiful, wonderful time we spent together. But you know, I would like for you to fly to come see me, or I would like to go see you again. I have something I have to speak to you about. Because obviously you're not gonna tell someone over the phone like, yo, I'm pregnant. Right? So you fly, you see Jorge, or he comes over here and you're having dinner and he's excited. He's like, yo, this girl's into me. She wants a relationship. I'm coming to the US.
He's a good man.
Hey. Right. And then you break it to him that you're pregnant, and his whole view changes, and he's like, well, we just met. I don't know you, and I'm not ready to have a child. How do you take that?
I think I'm just gonna have to do it on my own.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, or do you understand?
I want kids.
Yeah. Which is your choice.
Like I said.
Yeah. Which is your choice and your God-given right to do that.
Yeah, exactly. That clear. Yeah, it is my choice. I think I would definitely keep the baby, and just have it on my own and raise them. Hopefully, friends and family help me.
Yeah. I mean, you're Dominican, they will.
True.
Go ahead, Jazz.
This is something I just heard right now. It just popped into my head. So Ron DeSantis passed an abortion ban in Florida entirely, and
the greatest governor ever. I love that guy.
Oh, are you serious? Or are you joking with me?
I love him, Jazz. I want to get him on the show.
I'm gonna keep rolling. I'm gonna roll over that.
I want him on the show so I can rip him a new one.
Okay, so he did that. But there's like a Jewish association, and the Jewish people are suing him because their book, their religion states that if the mother is in danger, that they must save the mother.
Yes, the mother.
And so I think this is so interesting because it's like, this is all about religious freedom. Freedom.
Even in Catholicism, abortion is allowed in Catholicism.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
And in Muslim culture, it is the same thing.
Really?
I saw something about like Israel, something about like they're allowing us to like pull up over there. And
yes.
I was like, what? Which is
this is
really okay.
So yeah, this is something that I was like, whoa. So yeah, separate all these people. Oh, church and all this other like they pretend. This is the thing. I never trust people that are like super.
No, I don't know if that Catholic thing is true. I'm looking it up.
It
right
is.
Now.
Look it up.
Is.
It's allowed.
Right, it says the Catholic Church opposes abortion, but a lot of Catholic people, the church itself doesn't. But the people
they allow abortion. They do not.
But there's different types of Catholicism.
They don't have anything against abortion. Specifically, also if it's out of wedlock. Because they're all into that thing.
Yeah.
So we've been doing a lot. Damn, religion is taking over season 12. Which is funny to me that all these super religious people. And another point I tweeted this earlier or posted or whatever. I just said my age. I posted it on Instagram in a story. I just said tweeted. They're saying they want to ban abortion because they believe life begins at its conception, right?
Right.
Okay. So that's life begins at conception. But let's say Natasha, she's pregnant, right? Tax time comes up. She can't put her unborn baby on her taxes because according to tax law, life hasn't begun yet.
So talk to me. Where's the government? I need some answers.
Wait, what?
Like make it make sense.
Wait.
Yo, I will put a random I will put a middle
if you
person
look
on my
up tax law
and lie and say I was pregnant. Let me know.
So if there's baby formula shortages, it's cool because your fetus isn't a baby.
We will
yet.
overcome this. It's modern civilization. This cannot and will not last. And we will not allow it. Thank you, Eve. She's always on. Yeah, you cannot claim an unborn child on your taxes,
which is wild.
That is insane. What about the top 1%? They can't even claim it. No. Because they find mad loopholes. They
don't find loopholes. So we're gonna do a finance.
They take advantage of it.
Yeah. So finance next. We're doing a finance episode. I need to put people onto some game. I need my Latinos and my Black people to own property, homes. You know what I'm saying? Let me explain some things to you guys. If you're buying a home, don't buy it under your name. Buy it under LLC. Why? There's a lot of tax write-offs, right?
Yep.
And
if
this
you want to buy anything, get a loan.
This is yes.
Well, never use your cash.
Banks love lending money because they make money on debt.
Yep.
So credit should be your number one thing that you always should maintain. The issue is that when you're younger, they get you like, oh, you want to get here, you can have a credit card. They give you credit cards. So you can build your credit. And then guess what? You buy some Jordans or some cell phone or some shit and you fuck up your credit as a young kid and you don't know how to restore that. So that's the first thing. We need financial
on your lack of knowledge.
Exactly.
So also lack of responsibility. Like
exactly.
Like kids are irresponsible unless you've been taught responsibility.
Yes. So financial literacy, people say that, yeah, it's something we need to do because there's a lot of tips and tricks out there that need to be taught. You know why you think this 1% stays rich? Rich people live poor. Poor people live rich. And you should never live your life like that. And you got to live not within your means, under your means.
Yep. So and you need to pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. So there's like this.
There's just so many. Oh my God.
Thing. I forgot what it's called, but I have 5 bank accounts. So you have an income account, you have a expenses account, you have a quality of life account, you have a financial security account, and then a financial freedom account. And each account is used for different things. But you pay yourself first. And so that means like if I'm like, well, I want to have $1,000 of fun every month, then no matter what, I'm putting $1,000 into that quality of life account, and then I'm going to split everything up, and that will keep you in budget. So it's like, well, damn, my expenses, if I can only spend $800 worth of expenses because I want to go spend $1,000 worth of fun, okay, well then I'm gonna have to cut some stuff. It forces you to like put yourself first. And that's, of course, like I know there are people who's like, yeah, my bills are like, I don't even have any money for fun. So, this is only for people that could actually instate that, but
nah. So I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna teach you. So if you're from a situation where you got to learn how to make, first of all, let's say you work I picked on Natasha already, too many. Stephany works a regular 9 to 5 job, right?
I really do.
She works a regular 9 to 5 job. Let's say she makes an average of $55,000 a year, right?
Okay.
But she lives in an apartment in New York City. She has to pay rent, electricity, and cable, right? The rent, I'm good. We could go low end, whatever the rent is. Rent usually takes.
Now the rent ain't low end no more.
Rent usually takes half of your check.
It should be 30.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Electricity and cable, that's like an extra 400.
We don't do cable in
this
house.
We don't do cable. It's 2022.
I know people don't do. I understand people don't do cable.
And barely.
I understand. And this is her living with a roommate on top of that. Yes. And then there's phone bills. If you have a car insurance, car note, food. If she wants to buy some new Louis Vuitton shoes.
Oh, they do that new shit where they hook up the heater into your apartment, so you pay for like everything. Like building not even paying the heat no more. You have your own boiler in your apartment. They did that shit to me.
So, when you sit there and you write down, right, what you make and how much you spend, you only have one deposit that's going into your account, and that's your 9 to 5. And that's when you got to figure out what's your other job.
That's why I got to start hustling with the pod.
So you guys created a podcast, which is a good idea for stream of revenue. So you got to find that extra hustle. This young lady up there, she does comedy. She writes skits. So you can't just do one thing. You always got to have a transitional plan to turn that 9 to 5 into that.
Yeah, the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. So
there you go. Yeah,
a millionaire with just one. And also, if you do expect to be a millionaire, like you can't have, a basic 9 to 5 worker like work ethic. You gotta have a millionaire work ethic. People
there you
don't
go.
stop. It's 24/7. There's no days off. Like, so you can't expect to be a billionaire and always be taking time off.
Exactly. So Steph got a 9 to 5, right? 55,000. But guess what? She got a 401k, and she saved up some change there. She could take a little risk, pull some out, buy a piece of property, Airbnb it. Now you got 2 streams of revenue. So you just gotta learn how to think outside the box, see what works for you, what you can do. Don't overextend yourself, and try to live
with the squatters because they out here.
Yeah, that's happening now, but because they found a little loop in the law. But besides Airbnb, there's plenty of other ways to get it out here. So that's my last. We're doing a finance. Me and Jazz been talking about it for 2 weeks.
I'm definitely gonna tune in because
next Tuesday.
I need to take notes with all of them.
Yeah. So if you got one bank account, one stream of revenue, level up some way somehow. Level up some way somehow. Okay. Let me ask the uncomfortable question. How much does a podcaster make? I'm gonna give it to you straight right now. So if I'm Joe Rogan, I'm getting $300 million from Spotify. Now that's not the average, right? That's not the average.
He's literally the number one podcast.
He's the number. Number one is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Because they knocked him off the top spot. I'm proud of my boys. Yep.
Okay.
So podcasters.
Listen, he's been hustling for like the last 10, 12 years. Like when podcasts
when it started out, he's been doing his thing. But $300 million to talk shit on a mic. I mean, come on.
He's not talking shit on a mic. He's interviewing qualified people. Like, it's not even interviewing. Like, you are getting into people's minds.
He's just
like, you're not gonna
smoking weed and talking shit with his boys most of the time.
But you know
what? He's the best at doing that.
Is he the best? Is he the best?
He's.
I mean, we drink and talk shit with our friends.
No, but he's like the most authentic because it's like he'll
You
talk
think
to
so?
you for 2-3 hours, but like he genuinely is curious about what he's asking you. It's not like
all right.
what's on the
So,
docket.
Yeah, it's hard to get people in the space
docket or whatever, but it's
yeah.
mostly what he's learned throughout the processes, and he has recurring guests, and he has even more questions.
He reads their
books.
Like
yeah,
he researches
I like
them so
Joe. All right, don't take it as I like Joe. Right, I like Joe. Right, it's just some point of views me and him don't we clash.
Oh, same. I don't agree with him 100%.
I like what he does, but I don't think he's the best. The best podcaster is me. You give me.
That's what I'm talking about.
You give me Joe Rogan's. You give me Joe Rogan's budget, right? Because he be having some bum guests. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give it to you straight. You know, the girls from Talk Your Shit is here, so I'm gonna talk my shit a little bit.
Talk your shit,
right?
And drink while you doing it.
He be having some bum guests, right? Me, I have some fire guests, right? And I'll ask some fire questions. Like he sometimes is afraid to go directly. If it's someone that's a friend of his, he won't go the controversial route with them. You know, like he had Alex Jones on, and it was very controversial because Alex Jones is crazy on his mind. But Joe agreed on him on certain points. He didn't really go after him, or didn't ask the tough questions.
He didn't play devil's advocate enough.
Nah, man. I mean, there's certain shit that I feel like I could do better than Joe.
Behind the camera, he did, and he's like, I'm gonna ask this because I already.
Behind the camera don't count because I ask mad questions behind the camera.
Don't count.
That shit don't count. Like
that ain't on the podcast.
I've stated my opinions on a mic, and I've lost followers, and people have disagreed with me. But I use the space for what it's meant for. Right.
But that's you. That's how you choose to use your space.
That's the best I'm the best podcaster in the game. And if you feel that you better than me, I'm gonna post this on Instagram. If you feel that you better than me, come on the show and argue with me.
Talk your shit.
Talk your shit.
Come on the show.
159 episodes in.
Rick, that beer hitting or no? That beer hitting?
So to answer your questions, podcasters can make anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 to $10,000 a month, all on selling ad space, depending on how many listeners you have, how many subscribers you have, your content, how consistent you are, which is the most important thing, right?
But that's just for audio, right? Because YouTube pays more.
I'm just talking about just selling ads, right? This has nothing to do with video, because podcasting. Because
you said how much podcasters and there's podcasters on YouTube that we post.
Yes, we have, like me Apple, and you
Spotify,
guys,
and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm talking about just straight audio and straight advertising space, because YouTube is a different animal, and then product placement. Like, let's say if I just held this Sam Adams right here, this whole episode, that is product placement. Sam Adams will have to pay me for this. Right. So there's many streams of revenue for podcasting. She asked another question. Right. Maybe.
And then this is a good comment. Sometimes they have a no questions you can ask me list.
That's true. We've definitely had guests who are like, like I have an image to protect, and we're like, it's fine. We're not here to tarnish
Stephany and Natasha, when you asked me to be on the show, and you asked me that no question shit. What did I tell you?
The no.
That was you. But
you were okay with it, because if you would have been like, I'm not okay with it. Ask me a different question.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Like, I have a family. I have kids.
I understand that. I won't ask you something that's gonna mess with your monetary, financial situation.
No. It might not mess with your financial monetary situation.
Oh, it will. I had someone who was on television that said something that I had to later cut off. I get that, but I asked the question and they answered it. I had one guest that I had to get approval, and it was because I was having him on before the show was premiered, and they didn't want to give anything away of the show. That's another thing that I understand. If Jasmine's in a movie and she's on the show, I'm not gonna ask her, yo, so what happens in the middle? What's the turning point? What's the end?
Yeah.
There's certain things you just can't give away.
No, we've had people like when we had an episode, and they're like, "No, you need to take this down. This guy's talking about this person and this other person," and we're like, "We're sorry, we can't. Like, that's his truth. If you want to come on and give your truth, like, we welcome the space, but we're not gonna, like, downsize his voice."
Next time I'm on Talk Your Shit, I'm gonna give y'all
no
ass list. No ass list.
We've had people too that are like depending on their jobs, they've asked us not to ask.
That's like, okay. So
no ask questions like sex stuff, relationship stuff.
So
like
it doesn't like demean their opinion on things.
Your interview was the first one that I got into that topic, and because of my job, I am not allowed to answer specific questions. There, I understand, but that's because of my job. Like, I have a contract that doesn't allow me to talk about those things. But I don't have a no ass list. Now
that's you, Rick. That's you.
I'm gonna. That's why I'm the best fucking podcaster in the world.
No, we're also like, we're not gonna have a show called Talk Your Shit, and then like you can't talk your shit with us.
Yo, but y'all be going in sometimes. I'm gonna tell you something crazy than me. We were doing the interview, and I forgot what it was. Y'all got you guys asked something, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just answer it." But like, it's just you.
I do remember.
You broach subjects that I don't normally talk about. I've now with season
that when you answered
season 11 and 12. Season 11 and 12, I've opened up. I've spoken about my personal life a little more. So I've done it now, but previously I didn't.
Good. So you're welcome. All right, we're not afraid to take risks with you. So there you go.
Jazz, do you have a no ass? I mean, I've interviewed you. You didn't say anything.
I talk about anything. I don't really talk about sex stuff though, and
your personal life.
Yeah, and that's just because like and like I will for like a stand up. I had a very sex funny stand up. But I don't really like to do it on the internet, and I don't like to invite that energy because then I feel like people start seeing you differently. Yeah. And
it's too different.
I do like to.
Stand up is different. Nobody's recording you on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. And like people are there to get raunchy, and and even that, like I have my limitations just because I feel like there's a lot of judgment. I don't feel like
people like that too that don't feel comfortable. Like they have a question related to sex, and they don't feel comfortable like sharing who they are. So we have a segment called "Put Yourself in My Shoes," where you don't have to tell us who you are. Like we know who you are, but we're not gonna snitch. So you ask us like, oh, do you think I should tell my girl this like happened for real? He was like, do you think I should tell my girl that I like toys in the butt? And we discussed it. We know who the person is, but
see what I mean about
your girl. Let it out. Let her know.
So but it was like he genuinely wanted to know, and we're like, okay, we'll protect your anonymity because you're still curious. So
interesting.
Yeah. So we do that too, where it's like if you don't even feel comfortable sharing who you are, but you still want to know, we do that too. We find ways.
Well, I'm gonna take a quick 60-second commercial break.
What commercial are we gonna see this time?
Infinity, and we'll be back with you too. And I got a little surprise for you guys. So
we can't wait.
60 seconds.
You do it all without breaking a sweat. Like being a boss exec to Tuesday tennis to homework. Why do the kids have so much homework? Family dinners, lunches, brunches, trips to the vet, and a weekend getaway that's anything but a getaway. And you do it all in style. Even when you have back-to-back conference calls on top of the kids' orchestra recitals, not to mention your side hustle. That's why we created the fully reimagined Infiniti QX60. A luxury SUV as functional as it is stylish, and as versatile as it is serene. With premium features like a panoramic moonroof, ample cargo space, and available massaging front seats to bring the ease of luxury to your everyday. Introducing the all-new Infiniti QX60, designed to help you take on life and all the chaos it may come with, in style. Learn more at InfinityUSA.com. Now with extremely limited availability, contact your local retailer for inventory information.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Dr. G.
Word up.
We love the surprise.
Ladies.
My guy.
What is happening?
Dr. G is here. First of all, I want to get Dr. G's genuine reaction to overturning Roe versus. Dr. G is all about the ladies.
I ain't about it. I'm all about the ladies. Protect my ladies.
So
whatever the lady wants, lady gets.
How'd you feel about Roe versus Wade being overturned?
I mean, I need Roe versus Wade.
A word? Okay.
Word up. And
talk about it.
All my girls need it too. Because you all need to be ready. We need to be able to make our own decisions. You know what I'm saying? And who the government think they are to tell me what I'm about to do? I mean, I'm not a woman, but if I was, that's what I'd be thinking.
Now, Dr. G, you got several ladies, and they all know that you know you ain't a one woman man.
They know.
Right.
Does Dr. G use contraceptive all the time? Has it been
baby, all day?
All day?
Has it failed?
All day, every day.
Has it failed you?
One time.
That's not a no.
Okay.
It did one time.
So speak on it, Dr. G. One time. And how was that experience for you, you know?
It was scary. My shorty was crying. I was there for her. But she wasn't ready, you know?
She wasn't ready? So y'all decided to have Dr. G had an abortion.
We had the A. Yeah, we did.
Wow.
I was there, though. I was there for her.
I feel sorry for you, my brother.
Having kids is tough. Having kids is tough.
Yeah, I know. Damn.
Word up.
And this was a while ago. And still to this day, you think about it, right? It's an emotional.
Yeah, you know, it ain't something you take easily. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then I'm not even saying everybody should be out there doing it. I'm just saying it's their choice. That's all I'm saying. Mind your business. Word up.
Mind your business. Okay, there you go. Dr. G.
Now? Are you ready for a kid now?
Oh, am I ready for a kid now?
Oh, you know, Natasha wants to have babies, so I mean,
ready. Talk to me. She's single. She ready.
Let me tell you. Back in the day, I was hustling, so I wasn't ready. But now I got my PhD. I'm a psychologist. I'm a doctor. I'm making that bank. So yeah, man, I can have a couple kids.
Okay, a couple. Natasha wants a couple kids too. So if you guys,
however many you want.
There you go.
I'm ready. Okay.
So Dr. G is gonna give you guys some advice. You know, they're fellow podcasters. Yeah. How can these two young ladies reach the mountaintop and be a better podcaster than Rick H?
We need advice. Like Rick H.
Not Joe Rogan, Rick H.
How can they be a better podcaster than Rick H? Rick, my man, you the best. You the best. Word up.
Yeah, I'm saying.
I'm gonna give it to these ladies right here, and I'm gonna just say they real good, so they're ready. Number one. Word up.
Okay. So you know the two young ladies, and everything is harder for women to overcome. What's a piece of advice you could give these two young women as far as being in the podcast? Never give up. Okay.
Never give up. And yo, there's a lot of dumb dudes out here, and I know I used to be one. You're smarter than all of them. They sound smart, don't mean they are smart. And a lot of times they talk real loud, say a whole lot of nothing.
Okay.
Don't let nobody cut you off either. Just keep talking, because that's a power play. Look them in their eyeballs and just don't stop your sentence and see who finishes first.
All right. So I'm gonna give Stephany and Natasha a chance to ask Dr. G for some advice. So I'm gonna go with Steph first. I'm gonna let Natasha marinate because she can't get over the fact that
I need some advice on what, like on just anything.
Anything you would like to ask Dr. G here. He's a psychologist.
My PhD.
Damn. So what do I do if I we use all forms of contraception and he wanted and he's like, yo, I got you. I'm gonna take care of you, and twins, triplets, whoever, but I'm not ready for that. What should I do? Should I have that conversation? Should I just be like, and then see what happens? Or should I just, follow my gut? What's up?
I think you should always follow your gut, because at the end of the day, you got to make them kids, It's your body. And that's a very, very special relationship. And he might be there, but he ain't the one making the kids, and he ain't the one that's going to be feeding them. You the one making the milk.
He's not breastfeeding. He's not changing the diapers. His body's not the one that's going
to change diapers. Dude's got to change diapers.
His body's not the one that's going through the changes.
He gonna change those diapers. But I think
because he said he was gonna be there.
He's not recovering from
he's not recovering
from labor.
I ain't even gonna say it. He ain't recovering from all that happens. I think you should think about it and think, do you really trust him? And do you want a family right now? It might end up.
All right, bet. But what if I'm like, all right, I'm gonna follow my girl. I'm not gonna have this kid. Isn't it like risky for me as a minority, as a person of color, to like, go the illegal route since it's illegal to not have it?
Dr. G got you.
And aren't I more at risk now? Like, where would I go?
You are more at risk. As an ex-gangster, I don't really care too much for legality. And I'm gonna say do what's right for you. You gotta cross state lines. You gotta do what's right for you.
Just DM Dr. G. He got you. Dr. G got a lot of doctor
I'll come
friends.
back.
I'll drive and go get you.
That's some good advice.
All right. Natasha, what's your question?
What if I've done everything right, I've used all the protection, all that stuff, but I don't know.
You guys use a lot of protection, both of you, like.
But I don't know who the baby daddy is.
Oh.
What do I do? Should I stay or should I
go? Yo! I got you. You get them all
Call
together.
Dr. G. He'll take care of them.
You get them all together in the same room, okay? And then one by one, you call them in and you let them know the news. The one that reacts the best, just pick that one. Just pick him and be like, "You my baby daddy."
I'm coming back.
You my baby daddy. Word up. And he gonna be like, "Yo, I'm so happy, shorty." And if all else fails, we both want to have the same amount of kids.
Right.
Dr. G, is 10 your limit, or you got more than that?
5 is my limit. 5 is my limit.
5.
You want? Then 10 is cool.
10 is cool. That is cool now.
I'm cool with 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, the always insightful Dr. G. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
G with the T. You heard?
You already know.
Maybe we'll see Dr. G and talk your shit one day. I think that's also.
We should.
Dr. G, thank you once again for popping in and giving these ladies.
Thanks for having me, Rick. You already know. All love. G shit.
Dr. G's the best. Dr. G.
Yeah, I love Dr. G. Yo, we back for free. Dr. G took us in for free because we knew Rick, so we come back. 60 seconds. Wow.
Anytime you need advice, Dr. G is here. Dr. G is here.
Where's Ricky Smooth?
Ricky Smooth he's currently upset with the situation with the Supreme Court. I texted him today. I wanted to see.
He didn't take it lightly.
He did not. Ricky Smooth got like 6 baby mamas, and he's all about love and positivity. So he told me next week he's promising a 10-minute clip live from Fiji, because I think he's recording a record in Fiji now. But Ricky Smooth and his manager Tony
big move. He needed some time off in Fiji, okay?
And his manager Tony will be on the show next week.
Hey, Jasmine,
yo, I'm so sorry. I had a phone call. My bad.
It's cool.
Yo, you should have been for free too.
I stay missing him for free. He gave you a discount.
You don't get those like that no more. Not in the Bronx.
Yo, he be like $300 a session.
Period.
300.
300. He's like
Jasmine. No, she's a regular customer. She be seeing him in his office.
I got big bank. Take my money. Take my money.
So I want to make you uncomfortable. So I'm gonna switch the Rick A show around and make this Talk Your Shit podcast right now. And me and Jazz are control of your pod, and we're gonna ask you questions that make you uncomfortable.
Okay.
She's like, there's no ask, there's no list. You gave me a list.
You're right. I was just.
You gave me a list. So Stephany, how's your personal relationship at this moment in time?
What do you mean, like with myself or like with other people? What do you mean?
Is there a significant other at this point in time?
Wow. Yes, there is. I
Right.
Is he? Is he from the Bronx?
I just got engaged the
Oh!
other day. So yeah.
Wow.
It's going great. I think
And this is the first I've never said it. This is
No,
the first
so-
time she said it. She hasn't even said it on our
This is the
show.
debut?
She hasn't even said it on our show yet. You guys get the debut.
So I didn't know. I knew there was something there, right? I didn't know.
Oh, your stories. Oh, that was the soft launch, as my friends say. I can't.
So the proposal happened recently. This is cool because I got a whole array of questions that I'm gonna ask right now. So it happened in DR?
Yes, it did.
Is he Dominican?
Is he Dominican? And did it happen on the beach? And was he wearing cargo shorts and a Beatles shirt?
And is he from DR or is he from
Dominican? It happened at the airport. And he had jeans, I think he had. Damn, I don't even know what he had on.
Okay, I asked because I proposed in cargo shorts and a Beatles t-shirt, and I got flack from a lot of people for that.
Yo, I'm done.
But I did it on a beach. My wife's favorite place to be at is the beach. The airport, that's the thing with airports is you're either seeing someone that just got there, or someone's leaving you, so it's like an emotional state, and it's a dope place. So you got to spill now the story. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what happened.
You were leaving or coming?
No, I was coming. And he was just like so excited that I was there.
Coming to New York,
flowers, and he got me like
a in DR
bracelet, and he's like, I have one more surprise. I'm like, more than this, like. And then, he got on one knee, and I was like, are you serious? Like, for real? And he's like, started shaking, like, what do you mean? Like, you don't want to?
Man, that shit's nervous as hell. Of course he was shaking. Oh, did you say yes?
Yes, I do.
My wife never said yes. I assumed it was a yes.
What do you mean?
They accidentally got married.
You assumed? You asked her, and like she just took the ring, or what? Like, how did that go?
No, so first of all, it's a nice story. Congratulations officially to you and your man.
Congrats.
I wish you guys the best and a lot of blessings. And we were on the beach, and she didn't know what was going on. Everybody in New York knew. Everybody in Florida knew. She has family in Florida. I did it in Miami. And the reason for the cargo shorts is engagement rings come in awkwardly huge boxes.
That's real.
And I didn't want to check it because I've seen movies where people lose it. And I was just like, this is the most nerve-wracking time for a man because we decide when that happens. We make that. That's the only decision we have. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
What the ring is,
and that's a big decision.
And that's a big decision. It's
a lot of weight.
Yeah. So it was in the side pocket of the cargo shorts the whole time. And I was going to Miami, so I wanted to be comfortable. So I had shorts on, and it fit in that pocket. I just so happened to be wearing a Beatles shirt. So I proposed. And my wife just like started crying. All the emotions went over her, and I put the ring on her. And once I put the ring on her, like her phone started going off. So she was on the phone for like 35 minutes. Mom, grandma, cousins, friends, and I was like, "Yo, is it yes? Like, are we engaged?" Or
yeah.
She, she was crying. She kissed me. We hugged. But the yes came way later.
How nervous were you? Were you like? Because that's a big thing for a guy.
Nervous enough that I was fumbling. Like when I went to get the box, like it wasn't the most smooth, evasive maneuver ever. I couldn't. I had a whole speech like that I had practiced a few times, and I didn't get through the whole speech. I did like an abbreviation of it, but I was pretty nervous. And then I was hyped.
Like, when did you realize you're like, she's gonna be my wife, and I gotta get a ring? And like, what was the moment when you were like, that's
honestly, I'm gonna tell you something. I met my wife when she was 18. I think I was 20, 21 or something like that. I'm 4 years older than her. So I was 22. I had just turned 22 or something like that. She went to see St. John's with my friends, And the moment I saw her, I was like, she was like gorgeous. We hung out one time and we kissed, and when we kissed, it was different than kissing
Magic
anybody else.
butterflies.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm be honest, it was
so
different. Like it
sweet. This is
felt
so sweet.
I felt something that I hadn't felt before. Now we didn't date right away. Uh, she went on with her life, I went on with mine, but we were always friends on Facebook. So in 2013, I messaged her. She didn't respond,
Of course.
right? And then I saw a picture of her wearing like a red dress. She was at a holiday party. I was like, you know what? So I sent her my phone number. Nothing else.
Period.
Nothing else. Just my phone number. And she was with my father-in-law, who's my father-in-law now. It was a holiday party for his company, I think it was. And she told him, and he's like, yo, that's ballsy. You should text that guy back.
You to shoot. You
Nice.
heard?
So that's how it happened. And then we went on a date, and she told me that when we met, we kissed. She had like similar, like that we would meet up down the road somehow, and it was different. And then we went through our like honeymoon stage as a couple, whatever. But she was a good partner from the beginning, not just a girlfriend. A good friend.
That's
She
crazy.
gave good advice, and
Cute.
she was a good partner. And since the moment me and her been together, my life has changed completely. Career, professionally, everything. What I'm passionate about, everything. So, I just knew. Mira, Iván Manito.
Yeah, he talking
Son
smack.
mentirosos.
That was actually my fiance. He was also like, I asked him, I was like, what made you decide? Like, I thought you were never that type of guy. He's like, no, like you did certain things that I was like, wow, like she really loves me. Like I don't know anyone else who would do this or do that. And I like, when we started talking or dating, it was like kind of your situation where it was like you guys did something and then you didn't reconnect till later.
Yeah.
So that happened with us. Like we always knew each other.
If she would have dated me back then, I guarantee you I would have fucked that shit up. But I'm grateful she didn't. And
but he said it like, like you just genuinely just want me to be good. Like it's like whether I'm with you or I'm with other people or by myself, like you just genuinely as a person, want the best for me. And I've never had that, in family or relationships. Or
so now you are engaged and you don't want children. Have you had that conversation with him?
Yeah, he has kids, thank God. So.
Oh, he has kids. Oh, okay. So you don't have to.
I told him, I was like, if you don't have kids, like this is not gonna work out.
Yeah, because that's an uncomfortable situation. That's a big like.
Yeah, so he had kids way before me, which is great. I'm now open to the possibility of kids. But before I'm like, no kids. Like,
well,
I'm
now
still
you're
like,
gonna be stepmama.
I'm open to it now. I wasn't before. So.
Now, what about Natasha? Natasha,
What about Natasha? Natasha's single.
Okay.
Ready to mingle? Not yet.
Oh, okay, just single.
Okay.
Yeah, Natasha got
single
out
and
of
slaying.
So I want to say a big shout out to you guys. Producer Gabe is the best.
Yeah, Gabe, Natasha's brother.
And I want to shout you guys out. You guys doing tremendous work. You continue to grow as a unit.
You guys too. Hit us up whenever you need us.
Que dijo Iván? Pull-out game better be strong. Abortion out the window.
That's the first abortion joke on this whole episode.
I mean, listen, I had some stuff ready, George Carlin did that famous
oh my God, it was so good. It was so good.
And the moment it happened, Ivan's my boy. But the moment it happened, Ivan fucking put it up. And he did the best thing ever. He didn't say a word. He just made the facial. He did physical comedy. And it's something that was in my mind. But Ivan, he did it and he nailed it. And it was pretty funny. George Carlin says, did you ever wonder why the people who are against abortion are people that nobody wants to fuck or some shit like that? So
Yeah, I did see that.
If you guys,
amazing with him.
Yes, we have an episode with him coming soon in like a week or two.
how good is Ivan's pullout game? Is he still Ivan? You there?
I like we wouldn't know. That's what we put out.
I went to the clinic and then
they kicked me out. Is it bad that she?
I even be frequenting at the clinic. I'm dead. He be going there on his lunch break.
I'm dead.
One kid, baby.
I gotta put Ivan in the hot seat.
Throw him up in here. Yeah.
We put him a few times, but it's not. I don't think it's hot enough. Like,
not stay tuned.
Because he knows how to evade this shit.
Yeah.
You gotta do that thing Dr. G said.
Mm-hmm.
He do. He gotta come. Yeah, he gotta come for a session. Hopefully, get a free one like us.
Well, let me see. Ivan, you got 5 minutes? I know you in your studio. I know you in your phone. Whatever. So I want to thank you guys for being on the show. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us and for hitting us with the hard.
Oh, he is in the studio. Ivan, I'm gonna forward you the link right now. I just need 10 minutes, Ivan.
Put me in, coach.
Hold on a second.
I just need another brother to support.
No, I want to hear Ivan's official reaction. Damn. Oh, here it is. Iván, te lo mandé ya. What he said, send it. Qué maldita vaina. Jazz, you met? Oh yeah, we went to the thing together.
Yeah.
I mean, if she does comedy, she has to know Ivan because he also does comedy. Chris, Tommy, all of those guys.
He's funny. I like when he reacts to the food videos.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he spoke about that on our.
Dije por WhatsApp, pero este tipo.
For WhatsApp, where you at?
I sent it to your email.
Niggas addicted to WhatsApp. They're like, iMessage where?
I sent it to your email.
Location,
right?
In case you gotta go to the clinic again.
I'm gonna send you the link through WhatsApp. That's what you want, Ivan? You see, I'll be for my friends. I gotta be working for my own friends and shit. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Cesar Ivan Castillo. The man logged on and he ain't even set up. What kind of studio is that? What kind of studio is that? What kind of studio? Mira, I still can't hear you, brother. Tú no estás Mira, no está en sintonía todavía.
And there's 2 of him.
Y ahora.
Ay, Iván Manito.
Era para ver.
Iván Manito.
So ya ustedes tienen este coro, ni me voy a invitar ya. Ustedes están de pinga. What it do, Jazz?
What it do?
Ivan Manito's here. Ivan, what's your reaction to? I mean, everybody saw the video to the overturn of Roe versus Wade.
Yo, I was like honestly, I don't think men should dictate anything on a woman's body. I can't write a book that be like, yo, this is what happened to me on my 3rd trimester by Ivan Castillo. That shit makes no sense.
Emily told him to say that.
Emily, no, sis. Who you think going to the clinic with me? Nah, it's crazy. It's crazy that men want to be able to have a say in women's body. Women should be able to do whatever she wants to feel with her body.
But there was 4 men and 1
Even
woman.
If it's a government of women. Government has no say.
Si la mujer dijo, eso es, ya.
That's what I said. So earlier, Ivan, I said, if you get a girl pregnant and even though you don't want to have it, your reaction is, well, what you gonna do? Just like Chris Rock said.
First reaction a man has is, whose is it?
Natasha,
stop. That'll get you cut quick. I be like,
hey, listen, we can be dating forever, man. Yo, women don't lie like men. Men lie be like, oh, I wasn't there. Women lie be like, y ese niño de papi, and then she in the back, yo supiera que no es de él. El niño de papi.
Dr. G told me to do that.
No.
Dr. G told
G told her to do that.
He wasn't here. Jazz.
Yo,
I heard about that.
just pull out, bro. You don't want to put girls in that position. Just pull out.
We're fucking
Putting
condoms.
out is not 100.
That's true.
Work
But
for
you know
me.
what? Sure.
Condom también is not 100.
Yo tengo
Nothing's
16 años en la avenida y nada más tengo
You know
uno.
what?
Y he salido de la clínica 2 veces. Y es cuando parió uno y tuve que llevarlo para atrás. Y ese es el mío. Ese sí, ok. But so far, pull out game strong. I haven't killed no babies yet.
It's because he has Tommy kicking him in the nuts every 2 days. So,
Nah, just think about it, bro. Can't you get it? It's expensive, bro. This is for life.
Yo, if you can't afford to go travel to get an abortion, how are you going to be able to afford to have a baby?
why are you having sex if you can't afford to have a child?
Abstinence
Okay.
is 100%
Wait,
guaranteed.
No, wait, hold on a second.
No, stop.
Una cosa no tiene que ver con la otra.
Well, you gotta have money before you can get laid. I don't think so.
I'm just saying.
Sex is for everybody.
Listen, Rick,
Sex is for
we are
everybody.
breathing and we can't afford life right now, but we still gotta do it. Okay. Look.
Okay.
That's like saying that's
Okay. Está bien.
there's people
Está bien.
living that can't even afford themselves.
Está bien.
So they can't afford. No, hell no.
Like
Está bien.
outside. It's crazy.
Los condones lo están dando en el tren de NYC condoms. They work. Ay,
Dique, esos se rompen.
toditos se rompen.
Yeah, I don't believe in those.
No.
Yeah, same.
Son
Lo de
chiquitos
ya-
también.
Those are those high school condoms.
Son chiquitos también.
Just wrap them up. If it's too big, you wrap them up in the front. Simple as that.
So he's like,
Or you cut them and glue them together and make
No. Just wrap them up. If it's
You know
Yo.
what? If Dr. G was here, he would not. No, he would not advise. Okay.
Dr.
Yo.
G, I don't think he's rocking.
Let
with
me explain
NYC.
something to you. You could gorilla tape the motherfuckers together.
nah, bro. Listen, one time I bought this bullshit. There's like a rock, la piedra esa, to like have intercourse, and my dumbass like rubbed it on my part, right?
Wait. You gotta explain what you mean the rock.
Like a crystal? You bought
It's
a
like
crystal?
it's like a crystal,
There's
right?
a sex crystal?
It's a sex crystal. It's
Yo.
like una vaina así, you know, use ya, uno no quiere quedar mal.
What's a sex crystal? We are.
I'm
not-
about
Wait,
to
wait.
tell you. I'm about to tell you, right? I was using a sex crystal. I'm like, yo, how do you use this? Instruction says rub it in your private part. So I'm here bathing that shit. Like, yo, this shit about to be numb. I'm about to kill it, right? Turns out, you know, when a girl likes you, she goes down on you. So I was like, damn, this shit is crazy,
Ay.
but I'm not feeling it much. And then she looks up at me and she goes, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "What?" She's like,
Oh,
"Are you
no.
okay?"
It
I'm
numbs.
like, "What's wrong with you?" She's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Oh no, her mouth." So that was that for the piedra.
Mm. Well, I have a friend of mine. I'm not gonna say.
Do
his
not
name.
recommend. He does not.
No, don't
recommend
do the
sex
don't do the
crystal.
piedra.
I have a friend of mine. I'm not gonna say his name. He
hell is
Vicks has a thing. It's called chloroseptic, which is used to spray in your mouth if you have a sore
Oh
throat.
yeah, the red one, right, for your sore throat. I just found out about that.
That also numbs
horse?
you. That
No,
also
the
no.
Vicks.
You spray the Vicks in your privates and it numbs you out.
I don't know about that.
But
No,
that- I just feel
heard
like
about
that's-
the Vicks
that-
that you use for
I feel
your-
like let me sol.
I feel like that's gonna hurt your girl's pH levels, and that's not healthy.
What's that?
Like I'm not letting no Vicks get up.
This
in
was
my
not
levels.
me.
Like, I
You
don't
just
think
forwarded
so.
the
Vicks, Vicks is when you sick. Okay, shit healthy.
Nah,
Get
I've
that over
heard-
there.
I heard people like use Vicks to go down and stuff like that
Mm.
in DR. I was like, whoa.
That's
Like the
wild.
regular Vicks?
Yeah, de una mamá con ese Vicks, tú no sabes más nunca. I be like, what?
That's really
This is
taking
like hot and
the Vicks too
it's
far.
hot and cold. Yo, women do everything. When women in love, bro, es lo mejor del mundo. When a woman is in love, sí. Eso es así.
You cannot.
Ave
no, hell
María.
no.
La mujer enamorada es lo mejor del mundo. Tú no ves que cuando un hombre ve una mujer feliz, right away, le quitan la sonrisa.
Are you talking about from personal experience or?
General.
General.
You know how many?
General.
In general, el hombre no puede ver una mujer feliz. The most beautiful thing in the world is a girl que esté
Lo
feliz.
mejor del mundo para mí es cuando la mujer mía está feliz. Oíste,
Exactly. Cualquier mujer feliz, eso
Happy
se ve
wife, happy
bello.
eso es lo
life.
mejor. Eso es lo
¿Cuándo está
mejor.
qué?
Cuando está feliz.
Oh.
Happy wife, happy life.
Exactly. Those
That is a fact.
La dama está
true
feliz
words
sábado y
never
domingo.
mentioned.
Because if I'm not happy, nobody else gonna be happy up in
¿Cómo
this
que
house.
sábado y domingo?
Damn
Espérate.
sure.
Sí, esos son los días que ella no está conmigo.
Ay,
Yeah.
Yo, I want to thank my boy Ivan for jumping on real quick.
Oh, that's it. Yo creo que íbamos a hablar for 7 days here. Yo dije,
No, pero si llegaste
no,
tarde.
no,
I was there y vaina, pero
yeah,
imagínate.
you know, but Ivan will bring. I mean, I even do so much content. Yo, there was a moment where I saw Ivan like 5 times in 1 week.
Yo le pregunté lo que yo te debo.
No, porque yo te
I was like,
yeah, like
we did a podcast together. We did a comedy and some other. I was like, yo, but oh my God, no. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you, Natasha, Stephany. Stephany, congratulations one more time.
hey, se casó.
Like, right,
Pronto,
yeah.
pronto.
No, unavailable.
Que vive el amor.
Your show's gonna be a lot better now because you're gonna be giving the perspective of a woman from
Que
an
no
engaged
diga
point.
que está
And
casada.
Natasha's gonna be single, so Natasha's gonna be like, I don't know,
I'm
girl.
gonna hold the single down.
Que no diga que está casada. No diga que está casada.
I'm gonna hold the single ladies down like from when I used to be.
No. That's it. You can't
on. It's done.
It's over.
You can't get that point of view no more. That's it.
Yeah,
We've outed you on the Rick A show.
It's over.
It's over.
I'm gonna just give my views in hypotheticals.
Nope. Because he's gonna be watching like.
I'm gonna give you one piece of advice, Stephany.
Dímelo.
Lo pasado.
Thank you, Ivan. It's over. Your life is over.
And if you don't want to sleep no more, have a kid.
We'll see you all next week. We're gonna have a finance episode because we talked about it.
Yeah.
If you want to watch Talk Your Shit podcast, follow them at Talk Your Shit Pod on Instagram.
Somewhere suena cura.
Instagram, Twitter,
Funny as hell.
All the platforms.
All the platforms.
OnlyFans, esa mujer están en todos lados.
Okay.
No, pero ven acá.
Todavía. We're gonna have
Todavía.
pics.
I'm done.
Right, Dr. G approved. Okay.
Listen, hey, you guys want a second income, right? There's a girl that sells fart jars, boob sweat, and feet pictures.
Boob sweat I might buy just to see.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm really thinking about starting a business. Yeah, word up. I'm just scared.
I got a
somebody's
list.
gonna do something.
I got
As long as you don't got tattoos on your feet and your feet not, get your
I got
hustle
good
on.
ideas too. I got like this idea.
There's hands. There's people that are obsessed with hands.
On my toes.
With honey?
Honey, like honey on my toes. You send that out, $50 a picture.
Honey on her toes.
No.
That's a nice pedicure.
I rub my toes on some cucumbers, you know.
Yo lo grabo.
Yo, I got tattoos near my toes.
You guys wanted an extra stream of income. Here you go.
Vaselina al tatuaje para que salga brilloso. Yo sé de todo eso. Yo sé de todo
now
eso.
we just gonna be working with one set of toes.
Yeah, one set of toes.
You don't have your toes like this though, right? Because that's not cute.
O de que.
Stop hammer toes.
Oh, y'all be watching. Y'all be paying them OnlyFans. Y'all be paying.
Yo, they got mass specifics, right?
This is what we do, right? Somos 5 en un chat. Everybody chips in $2. One person joins in. Of course, the person that joins in can't be married because we can't get caught out here. So the single guy, the one that purchases, and then everybody gets it like, yo, llegaron la foto.
Ten cuidado, Iván. La mujer tuya está viendo el show. Tú sabes.
Sí, pero que ya, oye, yo estoy casado. What's the worst that can happen?
Tú te casaste.
Yeah.
Y no me invitaste.
A nadie.
Coño.
Oh, they eloped? Did you elope?
You want to go see me? You want to see me miserable as shit? Like,
te voy a llamar después de este show.
No, pero tú
vamos a tener que pelear con Mario y mujer.
Me puedes decir por aquí.
No, con Mario y mujer.
Guess where I did my photo shoot?
Where? In the studio?
Kennedy Fried Chicken.
No, you did not.
Period.
No, you.
That's some hood love.
Send me some shit. I want to see.
I can smell it from here.
Congratulations to you, Emily. Though I love you both. You're both dope individuals, and Ethan's great too. So
se mude ya.
Ay, tan lindo.
Thank you all for being on the show.
Yo, nosotros nos hemos ido como 3 veces ya.
No, I'm putting that.
You feel that now?
Güey, estamos aquí todavía. ¿Qué es eso?
I feel like Rocky in
No vamos a quedar behind the scenes.
Let's
Estamos aquí, nos sacaron.
Pero, hey, ¿qué es lo que? Quita esa vaina que estamos aquí todavía.
Ay, shake it.
¿Cómo que estamos aquí? Okay.
Blast from the past, back from the future. So if I pull the trigger in the past, know you and your future.
We're gonna
I'm
talk
still
over
hustling,
my
still
outro
hugging
right
the
now.
block. The referee to the shit, I'm still calling them shots. I can't be
Haven't
stopped.
promised
That's what I
me,
told
like,
you. I'm living my
visit
life
to
like
the
a box of
studio,
Crayolas.
no.
I'm cutting up white,
Still
smoking that green. Purple color
Espero que
friends,
se
I'm still
acabe la
making this
vaina
cream.
o te respondo
So
donde
sick.
te.
Check my
No,
throat creep, my
mándame
wrist light up a room like a
de
handful of glow
WhatsApp,
sticks.
mándame
I'm
por
like
WhatsApp.
spoiled milk, the kids gone
No, pero
bad.
que yo no quiero que
Alice the
se
menace,
te
my
dañe
pen
el
touches the
coro.
pad. Niggas
No,
is mad, but the
yo
ladies is
todavía
glad.
no
Yo,
lo
they
puedo
rubbing up
cerrar
to
porque
get me
tengo
like
que
this
poner
nigga is
Pfizer.
rad.
30
Fucking
segundos
two
de
divas,
Pfizer.
drinking on sangria. I
Oh.
got the beam of the color diarrhea. Tie strings to my feet cause I'm so fly. Hopped out the DeLorean, it's Artie McFly.
Viste, ninguno de todos esos muñecos que han salido, yo no he salido. Yo no sé qué fue.
Oye, tú saliste del principio, tú sí no sirves, loco. En el principio sale con todo.
Ponga Pfizer, huye.
COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too. If you feel symptoms, even if they're mild, you should test fast. Test positive and at high risk for severe COVID-19? Then act fast with authorized oral treatments that can be taken at home and must be taken within 5 days from when symptoms begin. COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too by asking your healthcare provider if an oral treatment is right for you. Learn about a treatment option at treatcv19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.